everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you wanted to join me today because today we're going to talk about 3 easy green actions that you can take in order to become more sustainable. And I love making these kind of videos. These videos are very simple, it's super easy steps, it's nothing advanced, nothing complicated, just very simple swatches that you can make in your life, and you will automatically be one step closer to be zero waste, which is, goals. Okay, this video is sponsored by EU Green Week. They have a week every year where they really focus on sustainability and how each individual person can grow and evolve into a more sustainable lifestyle. So that's really cool. They have this challenge called My Green Action Challenge where you tag each other to do green actions, photo document them on social media, and I think that is amazing. You can of course always both tag me and tag EU Green Week in your Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I would love to see what you come up with. That's be really cool. I have a lot of energy. Also, I am coming to you today with the worst hair day of all time. We all have those sort of days, and sometimes I just have to film on those sort of, it's bad. We'll see what happens. Green actions, yes. So the first thing is something that I started doing 4 years ago when I went zero waste, and it was cutting out plastic bags. Plastic bags is one of the first things that you can do because they are so integrated in your life, but they're actually really easy to do without. The reason why plastic bags are so problematic today is because we use the plastic bags in 12 minutes on average, and then we throw it away. And plastic bags are made from fossil materials which will be here forever. The thing about plastic is that it never truly degrades or composts in any way. It will just become smaller and smaller pieces of plastic, and they will integrate our water systems, our wildlife, our own bodies. It's going to be a mess. I used to use plastic bags all the time when I went grocery shopping, and instead of buying or taking a plastic bag, I now simply use a canvas bag. I have these in black and I really love them. I also make my own canvas bag, so if you're interested in that, hit up my Etsy store. It's right down below. You guys. Shameless self-promoting. It's all about habit, so you just have to be good and remember it every time you go out. But that's something that will just integrate into your routine ever so slightly whenever you start doing it. Another area where I know I used to use a lot of plastic is when you freeze stuff, because plastic is really convenient, it's really cheap, and also it does not react to the temperature of the freezer. So that's why it's really easy to use when you freeze stuff, but there are other ways of doing it. For the last 4 years, I have been freezing my stuff in glass jars. Something that can happen if you use glass is that it can break because of the expansion of the liquid inside. You can measure sort of how much air you will need in the top. So if you have enough air at the top, it's not going to break. And I've been doing this for 4 years. It works out perfectly, and I definitely recommend doing that as well. Another item that I think is quite easy to outphase from your life is plastic bottles. I know that was quite easy for me, and it will obviously depend a lot on where you're from and where you live and what country you're situated in and whatnot, but for a lot of people this is something that you can completely do without. Plastic bottles is one of the main components and categories of plastic in ocean pollution, and a very small percentage of plastic bottles are actually being recycled. Instead of using disposable plastic bottles, I have opted for a reusable bottle. This is from Wake Cup, and I use this both for warm and for cold drinks. This is really nice. I've had it in my backpack with my laptop several times, no leakage whatsoever, so I really enjoy this. And whenever I'm out, I fill it and I take it home with me, or I take it with me when I go around. There are other options if you don't feel like investing in a big product. I found this in the thrift shop, and these you can find basically anywhere. It has a little like plastic tip, but this is something that you can easily use plenty of times. And this sort of glass, these sort of glass bottles, they're really sturdy, they're really strong, so I could definitely also recommend that. I've actually traveled with this several times and no breakage. That's also a really good solution if you want to try it out and see how it works for you. So just tiny tip, it's all good. Final tip that I want to give is related to groceries and food shopping and stuff. It's not everyone who has access to a farmer's market, but if you do have access to a farmer's market, then definitely use that for grocery shopping. I have access to a farmer's market and I love it to bits. It's so great. I didn't know I had access to a farmer's market in the beginning, but I researched my local area and I found one. So maybe you're not aware of a farmer's market near you, but it can be possible that it's still there. So try and do some research, try and ask around, and maybe you'll be lucky and find one. But If you do not have access to a farmer's market, there is still ways of shopping without using too much plastic. One of the things that I like to do when I go into a conventional grocery store is not have a shopping list with me when I go out. I go into the fruit and veg section and I see what's available to me in the store. It is often tomatoes, cucumber, peppers, zucchini, onion, potatoes, and I will use those sort of ingredients to make a dish from that. And that's actually a really, really neat way of doing it, and it saves me a lot of plastic. So try to seek out the things that are intentionally unwrapped and go for those exactly. As Bea Johnson says, whenever you buy something, you vote. So whenever you buy something that's not wrapped in plastic, you vote that that product is significantly better than the product that's wrapped in plastic. You can also try to reach out to a local grocery store and tell them simply that you don't want all of this plastic. If enough consumers act this way, we are going to see a significant change, and we are all a part of that. And I think that's both really, really cool, but that also gives everyone a responsibility, and we need to take that very seriously. Those were my first 3 tips, but you can dive into sustainability because you can talk about furniture and clothing and makeup and traveling and food, and you can talk about so many different aspects of your life. Every aspect of your life can be influenced by sustainability. And 4 years ago, when I started my zero waste journey, when I dove into it, there was no getting me out. And I think it's both empowering and interesting and fascinating and scary and all of these feelings all at the same time, and I absolutely love it. So show me your green actions, tag me on Instagram and on Facebook, or make a YouTube video and let me know if you made that. I will love to watch it. Thank you so much for participating, or you can also simply leave comments down below and tell me what you do to be greener. I would also love to read that. Thank you so much and have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching this video, and also a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys help me create green zero waste content, and I love you guys. You can find the links to my social media accounts down below and the link to my Patreon on this screen. Bye!